Cisco Packet Tracer is the best tool for network simulation, but it has some limitations. Why? Because Cisco Packet Tracer is only designed for a CCNA purpose. So it is designed for Cisco for to like basic networking simulation. So it makes easy to understand the networking and all its concept. But uh, it do not unleash it all its power. What means is power? The power means that many of the tools, routers and images that having the many features, but it not provide all of the its functionalities. So in this video I'm gonna install a tool or a software that is unleash all of the routers power. Like we gonna use many different types of features that are not provided in Cisco Packet Tracer. So there are many tools in which I'm gonna install in this video is PNET Lab. So as a PNET Lab, there are many tools like GNS3 or EVENG. So why PNET Lab? So in PNET Lab, when you first install it, it like a blank, like nothing, no images in there, like no routers image, no switches image, nothing is there. So you have to install it. So for installation, there are like many methods, but I'm gonna use like a tool that is best way to install it. So for this, I'm gonna open my Chrome browser and type my PNET Lab. Now click on the first link. Then after it, go to the download option. Then after scroll down and you can see the download links of the .ova file of PNET Lab. Now I'm gonna use Mega. So it is a storage feature of uh, cloud storage feature. So now it is the size of here the PNET Lab is 1.92 GB. Now I have tried to download. Now I can resume. You can also press on download button here and you will download your file. Now after download, next part is to install it. Now my file is downloaded. Now I'm gonna import it to my VMware Workstation Pro. Now I'm gonna open my VMware Workstation Pro. So these are my previous images, so don't mind that. Also there is a PNET Lab, so it is my own working environment. Now I'm gonna create my new. So I'm gonna import it. So I'm gonna open. Then after, as you can see where you downloaded your .ova file, navigate to that folder. So I have moved my file to my D directory. So I'm gonna choose GNS3, PNET Lab for this 4.2.10. So I'm gonna open it. Now it's asking for name it. So I'm gonna name it PNET Lab. Now it's asking for to path where all its components are stored. So I'm gonna choose my D directory, like I have a operating system folder where I have created the folder of PNET Lab. Now I'm gonna choose it. Now after click PNET Lab, you can gonna import it. Now wait for to import it all its uh, components in that folder. So it is now importing. I will tell you why I'm gonna choose the PNET Lab. So it is because when I am using like many times, so like learning like advanced networking. So like in a dynamic routing, there are features like of a redistribution, or if we talk about like VPN feature or like most of the system administration feature. So these are not available in Cisco Packet Tracer. So I think about like where I gonna use these of the feature. So I discovered and searched, and I found like there are many best virtual network virtualization software. So I choose a PNET Lab. Now it is because I'll give you an example like when you want to configure any dynamic routing protocol in your Cisco Packet Tracer. Like I let's suppose give an example of OSPF. So for OSPF, you must have to configure all of the like if you are going to configure OSPF, then you must configure OSPF to all of its routers in the same project. But if you want to like use multiple dynamic routing protocols in the same project, like one router having also BGP and also working as OSPF, then it need to be redistribute the both the need to be enable a redistribution, so it can redistribute the all of the its one routing protocol network to another routing protocol network, so they can exchange their routing tables. So this feature is not available in Cisco Packet Tracer, so that's why I choose like a PNET Lab for this. And also there are many features I'm use, like a VPN feature or SSH feature. So when you type go to the config terminal of a router or switch, you can see a limited number of like commands available in Cisco Packet Tracer. But like when you use a real image or real router, there are a lot of commands in like routers and switches. So that's why it's also if you are practicing for like CCNP or CCIE or advanced networking, so Cisco Packet Tracer is not fulfill your all the it's a practice or environments. So you need to change for like a better or advanced lab environment that can simulate your networking. Now our file is imported. Now click on the power on this virtual machine. Now it is powering on. So for before powering on, I'm gonna like power off it. So make this is because I'm first of all I gonna change its settings. So in first of all, I see that what is going on. Like in my memory, 8 GB is compulsory because it require when you import many of the images, so it need a RAM. So 8 GB is like a mandatory. Now after that, processor is for okay. Now it's important here that you must have to enable your nested virtualization. So you must have to enable both of the option here. So it's because sometimes most of the images having require the nested virtualization feature, so you must have to enable that. So for that, like some of the, if you're using Windows 11 Home, so some of PCs like having created a problem like not starting nested virtualization is not supported. The types of error comes. So for that, I will tell you that you must have to turn off your nested virtualization from I go to type turn Windows. After that, turn on and off. So you go to turn Windows features, turn on and off, and in all the Windows feature, you must have to turn off the virtual Windows hypervisor platform. You must have to turn off it, and after OK, you have to restart it. Now it is because I have also caused the same problem issue. So I resolve it by turning it off. Also, if not turn it off, so it have a command that you can find on the Microsoft website where you can type to your PowerShell and turn it off. Now after that, after turning it off, it also same throws an error. So that is because you have enable a memory integrity a feature in your defense. Like if I go to security, when Windows security, and in Windows security you have see like device security in core isolation. This is memory integrity. So it is also preventing from for doing nested virtualization. So you must have to turn off the memory integrity. Now after doing all of the things, you have, like I have also my network adapter, so I'm gonna change this to my custom VNet 0. So my VNet 0 is my bridge adapter, and my I'm gonna change it custom to my NAT. So I have already custom my three adapters. First one is V0 is of bridge adapter, second is host by, and third is like NAT. So I use mostly of my custom. Now click on OK. Now after that, a power on the virtual machine. Now it is doing all its thing, starting and booting all of these steps. So it is based on Linux operating system. So all the commands are working on here of Linux. So wait for to get a page, its home page. So it is like a CLI based. Don't think of like it is GUI based. So now it's started, and we get our IP address of 192.168.92.1. So that you have connected your in network interface, it get IP from there. Now the next part is to log into in PNET Lab. Now the login, so it's asking for login ID and password. So the default login and ID password is here like root, and password is PNET. So type root, and it's asking for password, and type PNET. Now it is now our interface is come after login. So it is asking for to type the root password. So type okay. Type root password, repeat the root password, type pnet, password do not match. Okay, type, I'm gonna use default, so I remember pnet, then pnet. Okay, now it is connected with, like, my default password is pnet, so I here also use my pnet. You can also change your password. Now it is asking for a domain name, for example, so I'm gonna leave it for example.com. So you can also change, like I'm gonna use it my PNET Lab for offline environment. So there is no need to configure like a domain name or something. Like if you are gonna use like you are connected with your private network, or like providing creating like for educational purpose, some of the use PNET Lab. So they create your own lab environment, so they have a servers or something, so they have DNS server, so they provide their DNS name. Now I'm gonna leave to default. Now here it is asking for to allocate like what are the IP. So use DSCP static IP, so I'm gonna use DSCP. Type host name IP address of NTP, so I'm gonna okay. Now after that, what types of connection it's asking for, like another direct connection or anonymous proxy, authenticated proxy. So I'm gonna use a direct connection. Now it is after configuration done, it is starting. So our PNET Lab is started. We can also root and PNET. So yes, you can see our interface here, like we got an IP. Now next part is to log in with this IP in our browser 192.168.92.1. So I'm gonna open my browser and type 192.168.91. So what is IP here? 92.1. 92.1. Now when you press enter, this is asking for like this is a GUI interface of PNET Lab. So I'm gonna use offline. So you can use online and create your own account and connect with, like if you're working on a multiple like let's suppose there you created one project and you want that a multiple person can access your uh, project, so you can use online mode. So but I'm not gonna do this, so I'm gonna use offline mode. Now in offline mode, in turn on, I'm gonna choose default account login as admin and PNET. So I'm gonna use like a default login and password. So default login is admin, password is PNET. Type the captcha K4 and press login. Never. Now this is our workspace. So if you are new, so it is not more complex to see every take another lecture of this. It is very easy. You first take it like create your like your file manager, create your own folder, and on folder you can create your own lab file. So it's also that in you can see change your settings. So if you go to system and system settings, so you can change or like fix permissions. So for I'm gonna make show you what is like of these feature. So these are like main settings of this. Now after go to main folder, I'm gonna create a new folder and name it my labs. Now in my labs, open my lab. Now I'm gonna create a new file name project, and the permissions of this file have admin is okay. Now add this file. Now our lab file is open. Now this is our lab file. Now you're gonna see there is nothing here. So when you right click on it, it is asking for to add a node. Now what is node? So if you are familiar with networking, so node is like when the many devices are connected with network, so the device becomes node. So if you click on node, so you can see there are only two that is pre-default installed in our PNET Lab, that is docker and our virtual PC. So but there is no router, no switches, no anything. So we need to install our images here. So for this I'm gonna install images. So for this I am gonna use like my CLI here. But before doing anything, we need to install a software that help us to install our images. So there are pre-default many of the images that are available. We gonna install it. So if I type like I'm gonna install a tool that is iShare 2. So if I type iShare 2 dash dash help, so there is no any command. So first of all, our first step is to install it. So before installing it, I'm gonna connect this CLI with another application. So for this, I am using my Terminus. So you can also download Terminus from your Google Play Store. So go to your Google Play Store, and when you type here Terminus, Terminus, I think it's problem here. Yeah, Terminus. So you can install like it is connected with SSH. So it's help a lot for to configure it. So you make sure to install it. Now I'm gonna open my Terminus, and I'm gonna access the PNET CLI from so it is opening right now. Now after that I'm gonna type the host name. So host name is 192.168.92.1. Now type this. Now it is connected with SSH port 22. Now continue. Now it's asking for username. So our username is root. Continue, add and continue, and it's asking for password. The password is PNET. As you can see, password is PNET, and press continue. Now it is login with the same CLI here. Now both of the PNET CLI this. Now I can access this CLI using SSH from my Terminus software. So it is like it is having feature of scroll up and scroll down. So I am doing this because like yeah, same is scroll and scroll down feature is not available. So if I like do something more command, so if I scroll up scroll down, so this feature is not available in this environment. So that's why I use some other SSH software that connect with uh, a certain IP address, so that you can access the CLI of other operating system or other system. Now next part is to install iShare. So for this I'm gonna open my browser and type iShare to GitHub. Now when you type enter, press enter, and you press first link. Now this is the website where you can get iShare 2. So this is tool for install images in your PNET Lab environment. So it's having the installation command. So this is wget.io.o, and it's like a download from GitHub, where iShare is to install. So only just copy it and go to a terminus, and it is enable, select and click use keyboard shortcut. Oh yeah, icon. Now paste it. Now press enter. So you can use Control Shift V to paste it, because Linux use Control Shift V for. So it is creating a problem downloading iShare 2 from new repository. It is sometimes got a problem for that. Attempting to install iShare 2 from new repository. What's creating iShare 2 directory cannot state. Okay, it is installing. So wait for it to install. It is saying there, welcome to iShare 2. Now using this tool we can see what are all of the available routers, like every networking device image that are available by PNET Lab, or there are list of images that we can use to install and work on that. Now it is updating our package list. So before it is installing, I'm gonna show you something. Like if I go PNET Lab website, go to PNET Lab website. Now here in the documentation, and in documentation go to how to choose a device, Waxoc supported, like what are the supported images by provided by PNET Lab. Yes, PNET Lab supported images. So when you click on PNET Lab supported images, you can see what are the images that are supported by PNET Lab. So make sure before installing any image, make sure that that image is supported by PNET Lab or not. So these are the list of all of the images that are supported by PNET Lab. So there are like many routers switches of different companies like Juniper, Cisco, Fortinet, Palo Alto you can use, and also you can download and install Windows Server and Linux Server. Now we gonna take a reference of so these images are QEMU images. So these images are very powerful, and this also take a more space than IOL images. So it's that QEMU images also provide the feature of like a GUI to access for nested virtualization. Now see that our installed or not. So it is installing it. It's taking a time. Yes, now I can also type our iShare is installed here. Now I can see that like iShare dash dash help. So when you type iShare dash dash help, So it shows you all of its command. So it is also showing like pull command or something like that. So first of all, I'm gonna use command to see all of the available images that are provided by PNET Lab. So I share to search all. So when you type this command, you can see what are the all of the available images. So yes, you can see it shows us all of the available images and also its size. So these are the name of all of the images. So it is not showing which type of which is router, which is switch. So you must have to know what are the name of the, so these are the like a real name of their images of the real devices. So when you install any of these images, you gonna like face to face work with like a real router or switch images. So there are like only not a router and switch, they have made like firewalls of different companies, and like routers, switches, access point, Windows server, Linux servers, and also load balancers. So you can download as you want. So it shows us like these are different types of images. So when you go to first, so it shows us available QEMU images. So these are like not these are like a high heavy images. So it's like provide all of the features of routers and switches if you install it. Now if go to like downward and see, so you can see available IOL images. So these are like a lightweight images. As you can see, there's like a also its size. These are not heavy size, and also like DYNAMIPS images. So these are also less size and just lightweight. So I'm gonna install the router image and use it uh, as so for this I'm gonna search Cisco iOS images. So if also we can search from there, I'm gonna search I share to search iOS. So this is the Cisco iOS image. So we get what are the available Cisco iOS image from this command. So as you can see, this shows the available iOS images of a QEMU images, and there is no like IOL images of that. So we gonna download and install. So first of all, it shows us the available iOS images. So before installing it, I'm gonna like check what are the supported images. So for this, I'm gonna see Cisco iOS. Yes, so it supports Cisco version iOS L2 and L3. So we can now download it. So VIOS, it is gonna download it. So I'm gonna download the 931 number image. So for downloading, I'm gonna download using a command that is I share to pull QEMU and number of that image, that is 971, and press enter. Now it will download this image. So it is throwing some error. So what is the problem here? Okay, so it is not is capital, going to be small, QEMU. Now after downloading your required images, so For I give you a suggestion that if you download the images, first of all search all of the images, and from also Google and from ICR to match the images, and also check that these are supported by PNET Lab or not. So for like router switches, there are many different images you can search on the Google, and as I show you, you can download like that. Now after downloaded, I have downloaded many images, as you can see when I go to node. So these are like my images, like my router switches. I have also like a firewall, and like I have catalyst switches, ASA firewall, Wi-Fi controller. So as you can require as your data, you can download as you what you want. Now I'm gonna select any switch. So for router, so I'm gonna choose like iOS router, and uh, see all the settings. So I need here two routers, so no, sorry, three routers. And after that the icon, so I can also choose what I can need. So for that, like I type router and see what are the available images of router. So like let I suppose choose this router image and select this. Now I can also set what are the CPU limits and everything. Now when you have done all things and press save, now as you see, there are the three images of your routers. Now connect this to this. It is connected with Giga Ethernet port 0/0, and let's just save it. Now connect this to this. Now it is connected with 0 to 0 with 0 to 1. I'm gonna also choose to like make to this like both ports will same are same. Now like these routers are connectivity reserved. Now I'm gonna start it. Select all, right click and start selected. Now these are started one by one. Now when you see this play button, then your router is started. And if you not see this play button here, like suppose like off button, then it means that your router is not started or your router is not supported. So for this, like if your router is not supported, so it's a check your like what are the problem there. And it's now accessing the using CLI. So press enter and it is asking for open SSH telnet or logging client. So when you press enter, so for this you make sure that you have putty installed in your lab, so in your system. So for this you also gonna like a Play Store and search for putty, PUTTY. So press enter, as you can see this is a putty software. So make sure you have installed this software. Now as you can see, when I click this image after starting it, I can access this image CLI using putty software. Now as you can see, this very small. I'm gonna make it so little bit big. All its font, change setting, appearance, change size. Make sure that to 16. Now apply. Now as you can see, it's clearly sorry, here, now here. Now it's just for asking to like configure this. So our image is started. Now I'm go to enable and go to configuration tab. Now change its host name, host 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 name to R1 router 1. Now I'm gonna allocate IP address to this. So first of all, I see what is the interface of this router and what is connected with it. So for this, I'm gonna choose command do ship interface br. So as you can, there are four interfaces are in this router. So I'm gonna allocate IP address to this first interface. For this, I'm gonna choose interface gigabit Ethernet 0 /0. Now after that, I'm gonna allocate it IP address. IP address. The IP address will be 192.168.10.1 and subnet mask is 255.255.0. Now also make sure that this notes at this interface. Yeah. Now as up now again see uh, what is the that IP address is configured or not. So type command sh IP interface br. So as you can see, our interface is up and it is configured with 192.168.10.1. Now next part is to I will allocate this. Also for again show you what are the available command in this router. So as you can see, there are a lot of commands than the images that are available in our Cisco Packet Tracer. So that's why I'm switch from Cisco Packet Tracer to PNET Lab. So now I'm gonna do more practical environment, do more things in this PNET Lab. It's not ending, like there are many of the commands. Now next thing is to router. So I'm allocating to a dynamic routing protocol, so they can all the routers are communicate with each other. So I will use the protocol. So as you can see, if you type like a router question mark in the Cisco Packet Tracer, then you will see like a few of the routing protocols that are available. So here are many of the protocols available here. So I'm gonna use router BGP 1 and our network is 192.168. as you can see, if you like do ship root, so this is 10.0 network. So network 192.168.10.0 and mask is 255.255.255.0 and our neighbor is 192.168. So if this is a 10.1, so the next neighbor of this is in the same network, so that is 10. I have not allocated IP address to both of this router, so I will allocate this router to this router interface to this IP. So that's why I'm gonna choose 10.2 here. And something more to do. Now what is how they can communicate, what are the next BGP protocol. So that is connect with remote as. So remote as remote as 2. So what is 2 here? So this is the next router's dynamic routing protocol BGP number, AS number. So now it is all the work is done here. Now next part is to configure this router. So yes, now this image is started. Now make sure to I'm gonna change the appearance to 16 font. Now apply. Now this is the no, I'm not gonna change. Now our router is started. Now I'm gonna configuration and change its host name to R2, and now I'm gonna configure the IP address to this. So interface gigabit Ethernet 0/0, and IP address is 192.168.10.2, and subnet mask is 24 255.255.0, and also make sure to no shut the interface. Now exit from here and type interface gigabit Ethernet 0/1, and the IP address will be 192.168. Now in the same router, if there are many interface and we allocate the IP address to each of the interface, so they must have to be in a different network. So this is our gigabit Ethernet 0/0 is in 10 network. So now I'm gonna allocate 0.1 to 11 network. So .11.1, and IP address will be 2524. Also no shut the interface. Exit from here. Now I will see what is the SHIP interface BR. BR. So as you can see, both of the our ports are up and allocated to IP address to it. Now next part is to configure. So do SHIP root. If you check root, then these are the uh, default configuration corrected network. So I'm gonna allocate dynamic routing protocol BGP. So router BGP2, and allocate network, that is 192.168.10.0, and mask will be 255.255.255.0, and next is network 192.168.11.0, and mask will be 255.255.255.0. Now it's type to neighbor, and our neighbor is 192.168.10.1, and it is connected is remote as 1. Now as you can see here, now I think they can share their information routing table, their routing table with each other. So for confirmation, I can type do SHIP root. So like it is also in the same network as other. So for like a router one, if I type do SHIP root, so as you can see, our 11 network is now in our router one. They like a BGP can share information with each other. Also you can see here B number, so here B denotes the BGP. Now also next thing is to configure our router 3. So for this I enter configuration terminal and host name to router 3. Now configure IP address interface gigabit Ethernet 0/0, and IP 0/1, exit interface gigabit Ethernet 0/1, and IP address will be 192.168.11.2, and subnet mask is 24. Also make sure to no shut the interface, exit from here. Now IP address is allocated. We can see do sh IP interface br, do so as you can see, our IP address is allocated to this 0.1 interface. Now next part is to allocate to configure a routing protocol BGP. So for this I'm going to type router BGP3 and NET network 192.168.11.0 and mask will be 255.255.255.0 and its neighbor is 192.168.11.1 and its remote connected remote as 2. Now this is BGP 1, this is BGP 2, this is BGP 3. So BGP 3 is connected with BGP 2 and BGP 1 is connected with BGP 2. Now as you can see, all the routing protocols do SHIP route. So I think this is not share its information. And also show you some features like we can also connect a Windows server. Go to Windows server and I'm gonna save it. Now this is our Windows server. Like if I turn it on and connect to this router, now our Windows server is connected to the router, and also you can see this is powered up. Now this is showing to open ultra VNC wrapper.bat. Now ultra VNC, so this is the software that helps us to connect those of the images that having the GUI feature. So for this if you wanna access those images that have a GUI feature, so you must have to install a ultra VNC. So for this, like if I go download ultra VNC, so gonna go to this website and download the ultra VNC. Like go to download and you can download, yes you can download ultra VNC from here and install it, and now and after that you can access your GUI images from there. Now I click on open. Now when I click open, as you can see, this is our Windows server. So press Ctrl plus Alt plus Delete to unlock. So I press here. So this button here, because there are two different windows are running on the same machine, so it not gonna work with that keyboard. So if I press Ctrl Alt Delete, then it work from my operating system, not for this. Now it is asking for administrator password. So also some of your images is asking for administrator password. So for you can also get the password list from searching on a Google. So if you search like some of the images having their list of ID and password. So for example, if I show you, I have taken a screenshot of list of ID and password for some images, because some images are pre-configured, so that have ID and password. So like if I Windows server Windows 7, Windows 2008 administrator test, so I think they have test 123. The type like test test 1, sorry, test test 123. Check this. Yes, you can see this is work here. and now I can access my Windows server and do my system administration part from here. Now I have done all of the parts here. Now make sure that if you have any problem for like configuring, so make sure that please comment in the video description, and I will try to resolve your all of the problems. So when I install this, I have also got some problems, so I resolve it. And if you got like exact to my same problem, so I will resolve also your problem, try to resolve your problem. So thanks for watching the video. Make sure that please like, subscribe my channel. So I will meet you in the next video. Thanks a lot.